correct. It's been quite a while, and I stopped posting videos because of my exams. Were tough, took quite a while, and we're back now. But a lot has happened. A lot has happened between now and the last time I posted a video. For one, we lost one of our accounts, one of our rapid accounts, my FF. The one that was about 8% down, we lost that account. But it was a very funny way in which we lost it. My FF lost their maximum drawdown by equity, no balance. So I was in a trade and news was about to drop, so I hedged the trade, and the news result was very volatile. So I was like, let's say $300 in loss or $300 in profit at the same time. Not only, I can't remember the exact amount, but like it was around that kind of range. So 3% up and 3% down, so I was on zero, like there was no change. It was a break-even trade. But let's just say on the account was about 2%. No, at the point it was like meaning 2% max drawdown, which 12% drawdown. So it was like 10% down probably. And we left like 2% to the end. So I had two accounts. I bought one, I think beginning of April. I think the beginning of April. This is funded next with, things happen. Anyhow, I think I got one beginning of April. Can't remember, April or May. But we've had one since the beginning of the year, and that's one that we lost. Yeah, so I closed both of the accounts, like both of the trades on this account, which was one about April. Nothing happened. Like 3% down. I first closed the loss, then closed the profit. I didn't think about it like, oh, it's break even, so I wasn't really bothered about which one I'll close first because it didn't really matter. So I closed one of them. I closed both of them, so I ended up break even on the one that was like had a lot of space. Then on the other account, the one I had since January was around like 10% down. When I closed the loss, my profit trade automatically closed. So for like a millisecond, my equity was below 12%. Get. So it was like I closed the loss first, so I booked a 3% loss, even if I had a 3% profit alive. So when I booked the loss, it went below 12%. Then the other one closed, then the balance came back up to 10% down. So for a couple of seconds, I was below the 12% drawdown and lost the account. Sent me an email. Hard breach detected. It took me a while to understand what happened, but it happened. We move on. At least I'm saying that now because I've calmed down and rested. So yeah, we lost that account. It was tough, but initially I planned on resetting it. But funded next did the what's it called 50% discount thing on 23rd of June, maybe. Yeah. So instead of resetting that account, I bought a Funded Next Stellar account. Yeah. A Funded Next Stellar account, which is this one, 2% down for now, I guess. It took me a week to get this account. Oh my God, Jesus! Oh. Compared to the customer, like God, Funded Next customer care is funny, man. But anyhow, compared to my Forex funds, my Forex fund, you buy the account, get the details instantly, get on. It's not the same funny. But anyhow, FEM is not bad, at least since I started trading, I've not had any issues. But getting the account was very, very stressful. It was very stressful. I don't know whether I just me that had the problem, but I bought the account. and they said 24 to 48 hours, no problem. No, okay, okay. It's not FF, it's not automated, no problem. 24 hours later, nothing. 48 hours later, I emailed them. What's going on? They said, um, there's a duplicate transaction. Okay. Okay. Nothing happened. They didn't solve, they didn't clarify, they just said, well, back and forth support for about 3 days. I finally got the account on like Wednesday or so. Well, as far as I got the account, I wasn't really in a rush to trade during that week. First week of July, I guess, like that 23rd to 4th, around that range. That was first week of July. So I wasn't in a rush. I was kind of, got the 4% down month on June. It was not the best. I've not had this. God. I've not had the. I know a profitable trade for a while. 4% down month in June was not the best at all. Well, I started in July, like how many percent down? So like 6% down, 6.5, 6.3. June, I started it about around like 2% down, more or less. It's been a tough year. Like the whole year has not gone. I've not moved. I've not moved one step forward since the beginning of this year. But anyhow, we are not, giving up anytime soon. Oh God! But the year has been tough, Sha. The year has been really, really tough. The year has been really, really tough. Well, we got my funded next Stellar account. That was news, I guess. Hopefully, I shouldn't have any issues with the firm. The customer care issue as well. I really don't want to have to deal with customer care, but at least I've gotten the account, so probably to the end of phase one. It's practically an evaluation with no time limit. It's nothing special, but the no time limit is pretty cool, especially for a swing trader like me. It's like game changing, really. It's practically rapid, or like more splits, I guess. The practically 13%. Phase one is 8, phase two is 5. Doesn't really matter since you're not getting any money. It's practically 13%, one long. Once you do the 13%, you get a shit. But that's just my way of viewing it. But it's a two-stage, two-phase, 1 8, 1 5. Max drawdown 10%. Normal industry, what's it called? Evaluation parameters, not that deep. But yeah, that's all. It's not about the firm. It doesn't really matter. Oh yeah, my first one account. It is not going well. This is the second one I got. 4% down. The whole year has not been good. I've abolished 1.355 schematics. Yes, that's happened. I abolished 1.355 schematics because I concluded for them to be not profitable. They are not very. I did a lot of backtesting during first week of July, I guess. I did a lot of backtesting and it's not a very profitable. It's profitable, but the execution is sloppy. I'll say that, yes. The execution is sloppy. I feel like that's the major issue with the strategy. So the issue is in me because it's very weird. The 1 2 3 4 schematic is strange. I don't know how to say it. I don't know. Like if it was automated, like an indicator, I would continue trading it. But I also thought of making an indicator that, finds it, but it's not worth it. I realized that it caused me more losses than my normal strategy, which is look up schematic updraw springs, breakouts and breakdowns. It caused me more losses, and those losses were not worth it. It caused me more losses, and there were also contradictions. But anyhow, I assumed it to be a 50, it's close to 50-40% accuracy, but the execution is, I don't know. Even the I backtested every 100% schematic that happened since the beginning of this year, and it was a 16 out of 40 profitability, that's only like 40% accuracy. The accuracy is as high as I thought, but I didn't think the execution would be so different. Like, it is it's bad. Like, the execution is terrible, honestly. But sure, I realized that it's very successful. At least it was most successful on NZDJPY throughout the year. I will confirm this actually by. I will confirm this. I'll keep backtesting this for a while, sure. But I don't think I'm treating it as a whole lot strategy anymore. It is the major thing about Isha is that I cannot reduce the losses. Most of the time, if a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sync thematic happens, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sync means basically what's it called? 4 candlesticks, something like this, yes. Something like this, perfect. 4 candlesticks on a particular line, the open and close in a 10 pip range of the first one. So it's like a very narrow price. Like, price is not really going anywhere. The bulls, at least nobody's taking advantage of the situation, and it's at a resistance level or a support level. Like, this one is a resistance level. The bulls are close, the bears are holding the ground, everybody's just stalling. The bulls are not managing to break through, and the fact that they're not breaking through means that there's an opportunity for the sellers to, be more motivated because they failed to break through. They tried their best and they lost their chance. Since they lost their chance, the bears will come in and take advantage of the perceived weakness, and the perceived weakness will encourage more bears to join the market and continue the downside, and vice versa, on the upside and downside. But I realized that it works, but the execution is too bad. I can't keep it up. I simply can't keep it up. It's not just what it's at all. Yeah, but I'll keep using it on this thing, NZJPY sure. Key findings for my recent backtesting: 15 to 20% schematic allowed for use discretion. If you have 3 lots in a particular schematic due to key things to look at: range, close, follow through, and build up. Range of the candle, the close of the candle. Did the bulls follow through? Did the bears follow through? What happened after? Where is the close? Where is the range? And the build up towards the particular candle. So it's very candle centric. Listening to price, trades about to happen. What is going on in the market? In the interpretation of the candlesticks is a very key component of the Wickoff schematic. The Wickoff strategy, I would say. To bet against the trend. I actually recently learned this from my current backtesting. Is like, if there's a trend channel, I don't consider that in entering the trade. I don't like. Okay, I think there was an example on GU. Probably, yeah. On GU, there was a play like that. Quickly. Anyhow, on GU, like something like this now. Something like this one. You should, like, if this place was a buy position, sell. No. Something like this, this JO2. Something like this should have not existed, but I would agree for this one because it's outside the trend channel. Basically, I concluded that if there's a trend channel, it can prevent me from entering the trade. Like, if a trend channel, a well-tested trend channel, not just any trend channel. If there's a well-tested trend channel, I would accept not entering the trade because it has proven to be more useful than not. So I will not be entering against trend channels. And another thing, I will not also be entering up thrust in uptrends. It has proved to be unprofitable. It has proved to cause me more losses. If I don't enter up thrust in uptrends, I will have less losses. An up thrust, okay, let me say spring first. No up thrust in uptrends, no springs in downtrends unless the schematic is above 150 to 200 pips. Yeah, pretty solid. Pretty solid. This is something like this is spring. This is spring here. It breaks down, breaks the progress resistance and closes beyond the range, closes outside of the schematic. The next candle closes outside of the schematic. The third candle does the same. No, it's supposed to go back in. Yeah. This if I was entering the buy side on this trade around like here, this would have been a spring. Spring is practically a false breakout. Yes, practically a false breakdown in this case at least. Practically a false breakdown, went back out, came back in, close, enter order, and the intention is to go up. But springs, I've noticed, don't work in downtrend. In David Weiss's book Trade That Happened, he kind of hinted that does not work sometimes, that it's not favorable, but like there was no but after experiencing it a lot of times actually, I was like, this is not worth it because it causes me more losses. What I've been doing practically is looking at the 6 months that has passed. What would I have changed to have avoided the most losses? What would I have changed to improve the strategy moving forward? Remove 1,055 thing, which I started using at the beginning of the year. It is simply unprofitable except on NJ, which might be removed at some point. Further backtesting necessary. Second, no upthrust, no springs, no upthrust in uptrends, no springs in downtrends. No springs in downtrends, I concluded, is because this is a spring. Why did I not enter this trade? Because I don't know. This is the last trade I took for the year. Yeah, for a month. I stopped trading June 23rd. Yeah, this was when I got the account and I stopped trading for a while. Yeah. So, if I'd entered this trade, it would have been a loss. Even if it had not been a loss, I would have not TP'd. This is on the upside chart. Okay. Sure. This is where I would have entered the trade chart. So, the reason why springs are not really useful, at least are not very useful in downtrends, is because it broke beyond the resistance. It broke beyond the support, below the support, came back out, came back into the schematic. It's a false breakout. And I'll wait. I don't immediately enter when it goes back in. I wait for it to come back, retrace back to the level. It's practically an ice line. An ice floor, broke, there's a hole in the ice, comes back out, steps on the ice. That's the point. But like I've noticed that it steps on the ice, but there's still not enough. The fact that it has broken the ice in the first place in a downtrend doesn't give it much. The ice is weak. The fact that it has broken it the first time means it's already weak, and the ice will not have enough support to push it very high. That's the point. It will move, but it will not go as high as the ceiling, the glass ceiling. So that's the point. At least give me some reasonable gains, like 90 pips, some 5 pips. It's barely went anyway. Even if I didn't trade, I would have not TP'd. Even if I would have not had a loss, it would have taken for me a while for me to get a loss, but I would have probably closed the trade after this kind of close. This one. If I would close beyond my CTC, I would have left the trade at that point. If I didn't leave the trade or reduce my SL, I would have probably left the trade after this candle closed. But the point is, the ice line will not have enough support to push the price through any reasonable distance. So there's no point in entering the trades. This is the reason why you should not enter springs in uptrusts and springs in downtrends and no uptrusts in uptrends. At least this is why I will not. It has proved to be unprofitable for me. So moving on, after backtesting about this, I really am most about it. Okay. So that's really the trading changes, or at least the strategy tweaks, I'll say. Not really a change, just an adjustment. Not really the adjustments I've made to my trading strategy. That's all. I hope it would improve my profitability, but at least I'm pretty sure I've removed some weaknesses, the point is to adjust according to market changes. So the constant, it's not really constant, like frequent tweaking. I hope it tilts it in the right direction and the rest of the year can go better, because I kind of have to pass my this thing. What's it called? I funded next Stellar. I really don't want to fail this. I don't have enough. I don't have a lot left. I have a lot left, man. I need to pass this. The year cannot be completely useless. Come on. Half of it has gone with no progress, constant losses. It has been terrible. It has been terrible. It has been terrible. But anyhow, hopefully the next couple of months will be better and we can close the year on a good note. But yeah, I don't want to talk about the trades I took this week because it's kind of a we are back video again. During my exam, I'll take quite long breaks because it's fucking stressful. It takes a lot. And for the first time, I actually managed to trade while I was reading and preparing and even writing exams at the same time. So I've disciplined myself and the execution was a lot easier. I could focus. I could actually focus on both. But like, it was kind of, trading was, kind of, I'm a swing trader, so it's like, the trading part is compressed. Like, okay, just this amount of time, like 10 minutes after Forex close, every 4-hour close. But anyhow, this doesn't matter, does it really? Doesn't really matter. But that's all. Got a new account for the next Stellar account. Thankfully, that discount was really posh. Thanks for that for the next. My FF. Wonderful fan, but me, I'm struggling. I'm not. The year has been tough. That's all. Sayonara.